Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good today. Figured I'd spend just a little bit of time on trying to find the balance in single player and what to mess with and how to make it more interesting and or to make it not so interesting as far as making it just real simple. So, and I could probably maybe work on some setups. I didn't know if anybody else had. I've been noticing ever since the update that some things are definitely changed. Just out of coincidence, like at Spa, I've been noticing really didn't need it. I don't know why they did it, but the Porsche got hurt a little bit there because my speed is down compared to what it used to be. So, um, yeah, there's some things that's definitely been tweaked here and there as far as the BOP. Uh, I mean, I kind of wish they wouldn't have done that, as it's still got a big gap between that and the McLaren. So this makes it not really suitable for good racing as far as between there's no way you're down 5-6 miles an hour. It's pretty tough. Um, but let's get into the single player. Of course, let's start from the beginning. If you want open, the first thing you need to do is look up here at the top and where it says Open Series. If Open Series means you can have everything and anything, all the years, pretty much every car in the game. So pretty much Open just means that. It means you can just have everything. Um, if you want a specific year, um, if you want to do a certain championship, then you need to click on click on this up here and pick whichever one you want. So again, you have the 2018 all the way through the 2023, and the GT2 now has its own series, the British, the GT4, and the Intercontinental GT Challenge. So you have so many things to choose from if you want that specific car set. Okay, so and also track set. I mean, obviously the Intercontinental GT Challenge and the British GT and all these have their own certain track set also. So again, it just depends on what you're wanting in that year of cars. Obviously, depending upon different years come with different models. So if you're wanting, let's say, an earlier 2018 or 19 or something like that, you're not gonna have the Audi Evo 2, or you're not gonna have the BMW M4. You're not gonna have you're gonna have those year cars. So again, you got to keep that in mind of what you want. Um, so that's the first thing to choose from. And then let's say you want like the 18. Well, then it's going to bring up this specific series here as far as the 2018. Now you can go obviously with the custom mode. You can go custom race weekend. Quick race, which I've done that many times just to practice stuff. A sprint race weekend, which is 2 races. Yeah, see, it says 2 60-minute races. So that's what, or you can do the endurance. So again, it all depends on what you want. And then if you pick a season, if you want to pick a championship, then obviously you go back and pick a championship here, and then that will take you to the same thing. So it'll make you decide what you would like. So you're going to pick a new season. And here you basically have different ways of doing it. If you have like this selected, if you have any of the official series selected, you're not going to be able to differentiate as far as the tracks and things like that. That's going to be the official race. If you have it on custom, if you do any of these other ones, sprint, endurance, All means you're going to be doing basically the sprint and the endurance races. Custom means you pick your own. So again, custom means you pick your own tracks, and those kinds of things. So let's see what we can try to figure out and go through. And like, again, you're going to go down. Every time you do a championship, you're going to pick out all, you go through the menu here and pick out the whole thing. So basically, again, if you have it at sprint, endurance, now sprint is going to be just the sprint races. That's the 2 1-hour races they have in the same weekend. The endurance is just the endurance races, and all means you're doing the whole thing. You're doing the sprints and the endurance. So that's you're going to be doing everything. Custom means you're going to put in what you want. You know, so you can put in a sprint one time and endurance another time as how you see fit, as you want it. Again, you can go through all these different. And of course, open means everything. So again, the same thing. You can select through any of these that you want, and then select the season type. I see. See, as soon as you pick custom, the weather goes to blank. So again, that's going to be custom also. If you do any of these official races, then basically the custom is real or custom. So again, you can have real weather. That definitely would make it a lot more challenging. So if you want something to mix it up as far as keeping it more, well, real, like it says, and very a lot harder to deal with, then you can do that. We'll leave it on real for now, and we'll leave it under all, just for a show. And then, of course, with the car opponent count, some of these basically, you know, you can't really go. 49 is pretty much the limit, and of course, it says about you requiring your CPU power may result in a performance drop. So again, 49 is usually the highest that I see that you can pick as far as cars. I think that's because, you know, there's some tracks that can't fit as many cars, so I think they just limit it at that. And of course, in your opponent's skill level, your aggressiveness, the damage rate, all those are adjustable. I usually always have it maxed out at 100%. Tire and fuel consumption, of course, is enabled. You know, you can disable it and enable it. So whatever you would like, I always enable it just to keep it more realistic. Tire sets. This is the one that really gets very complicated, because if you're just like the weather that's real, tire sets, if you want to make your single player race or championship more realistic, do unlimited, you know, put it at limited. If you put it at limited, it's going to give you only a certain set of tires, a certain amount of sets, and that's it. And so you really have to be very, you know, have a lot of strategy as far as what you're going to use, how many tires. You got to use the same set multiple times to save the ones for the race. It really puts a lot of strategy in it. Now, rain tires are unlimited, so, and that's always been that way in ACC. Basically, the rains, they don't have a limit on rain tires. So if it's a rainy weekend, you don't have to worry about it. But if it's a dry weekend, then you got to really kind of keep that in mind and really manage your tire consumption. So again, it's really important. So again, that adds to the realism, and it definitely adds a challenge to it, because you might have to start the race on the tires you qualified on, which have already been run a little bit, and save your fresh, you know, your virgin set for later in the, you know, when you're pit stop, or vice versa, or whatever. There's a lot of strategy that goes on with that. So again, if you're really wanting the full realism, and if you're really wanting to, again, throw that little X factor in there, just kind of like the weather, I highly recommend doing that. It really manages that really well, as far as, you know, it puts a different aspect into the whole race. Of course, brake temperature is enabled. Formation lap, you can, of course, go last corner or full lap, whatever you like. And, of course, penalties are enabled. So, basically, you have everything here all ready to go. Here, you start the championship. It's going to tell you to pick what car. So, okay, you can pick. It's going to give you basically anything you want, and these are the only ones that you can pick from this year. Okay, it's 2018, so this is the only thing that you can pick. Obviously, you can see you don't even see a Porsche on here because I have all. They probably weren't in all the races. So let's pick the AMG just for this time. And again, then you go to this section, and then you can pick. These are the only two that were in there. So you either pick this one and that one, and that's for, again, for all, because you picked all. There might be more teams if you just picked endurance or sprint. So again, that's something that you have to consider. But if you're wanting to race all, it's going to give you the teams that actually did it. They're not going to give you a team that didn't compete in both sprint and endurance if they didn't do it. So these are the teams that did it. So let's just stick with this one, which is always one of my favorites. And so there we go. And there's, you can see here, it says Sprint Weekend, Monza's the Endurance, Brands Hatch is Sprint. And so you can see these are the official races that they had in 2018 that basically was exactly what they were, either a sprint or endurance. And of course you have the 24-hour race at Spa, 6-hour race at Paul Ricard, and the other 3-hour races. So these are all included in there. Now the sprint weekend is obviously going to have the 2 races there, 2 60-minute races. So there's that. When you start the weekend, then you can decide what you want to do as far as how long do you want to do this. Now it does this for every race, so you don't have to worry about doing this one time and then that's it. It pretty much every weekend comes up, it's going to tell you what you want to do. So this is a sprint race weekend, so it's going to tell you how long do you want to do practice. And again, remember, you got multiple practice sessions, so you're going to have 2, 5, 10, or 15, 30-minute, 45 to 60-minute. So, or you can skip it. So again, you can pick anything that you want. And then qualifying's the same way. Of course, qualifying is, you can go up to, I think, 30 minutes or something like that. That's it. And then the race length. And again, you can go from 10 minutes all the way up to the hour. So you either, the least amount is 10 minutes, and it goes 15, 30, 45, and 60, which is the official time. And of course, you have 2 of those. And of course, then you can put your starting position at qualify. Random, of course, is just going to throw you around, but it eliminates all this stuff. Or you can actually pick a spot where you want to start from. But again, I just always pick qualify. So that's just me. And of course you have the race length, and then of course your opponent skill and aggressiveness are here. How is this thing so bad? Is that any better? Let me turn this down a little bit. Is that any better? It's amazing how his mic changes, and I don't even touch it. It's amazing on me. I can hear myself a little bit, and it sounds absolutely perfect. So it's real, something must be weird with the connection. Testing, testing. Does everybody hear me? Or is it still crackling? Is it interference or crackling, or is it just... Same? Let's see. Is it, I turned it down a little bit. It's amazing how you can test it and listen and do all kinds of stuff, and then it still makes noises. I don't know what's, I don't know if it's the the PC. I don't have problems with it most of the time. But lately, it just got almost got some bug in it or what? Almost got some bug in it or what? That's weird. Let's see. Alright, well, maybe let's try this, see if this is any better. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Oh, still crackling. Still crackling. Seem to do this recently, and I don't even know why, because I haven't even changed anything. Is that any better or no? Is it about the same? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. That's better? Okay, well, let's try that for now. But let me know if it keeps doing it. All right, like I said, just let me know if it changes or if it's doing it some more. Thanks for letting me know. It's amazing how this sounds perfect. Well, of course, I hear some of me, but I don't hear crackling on my end at all. So it's just weird how it's always on the other end. But so again, hopefully you guys can still hear me again. Let me know if you can't. But again, I was just wanting to go over some of these settings and some of the things that you can do to make things different or adjust it to what you want and what you're looking for. And again, it'll show all the cars once you go, once you go there. Sometimes what I do when you do custom, it's really important because you want to look and see maybe there's cars you want to race with. And so what I do is if I do a custom championship, I always kind of do this to look around to make sure if there's like certain teams I'm wanting to race with that they're in here, or I'll look on here on the entry list. Now you can see here at Zolder, there's only 23 teams. And even though I picked 49 cars, oh, thank you for letting me know it's okay, so, or not okay, so that, because I can't tell from my end, so I appreciate you letting me know either way. But again, with here, there are only 23 cars, so don't think something's wrong, but that's how many cars that track will fit. So again, when you pick 49 and you go to some of these other tracks, you'll have more cars like Monza or Spa or whatever. So again, it all depends on what you want to do. And again, these are going to be more of the official teams and cars. So again, it's not going to have, multi-class and all these other things. This is the official stuff. So let's get out of this. Okay, let's do this again. Let's do something different. So let's leave it on to 18, but let's say we want to do custom. Okay, so custom is going to basically have the 2018 series, but it's basically going to be, you can pick a car that you want, whether it's a custom livery car, something like that. So, of course, again, you leave, I still have everything here the same. And of course, you can see when you go custom, it takes the tire sets and makes them unlimited. You can't adjust that when you go to custom. So basically, your tire sets will go to unlimited, and that's the only thing you can have. A lot of people probably like it that way because then you don't really have to worry about managing your tires. So again, you still can do brake temperature, formation lap, and all these other things. It's just that the tire sets become unlimited. So when you go to that, now you can pick a car that you want. Okay, so basically now, like this one, let's say I wanted to, this is the Grillo, but this is a car that livery I downloaded from Race Department. So basically, let's say I wanted to do this because I like Grillo and it's part of the Manti Racing team, but that way it's got me driving it. Okay, so let's say I wanted to do that. So I would click on that, and now it's going to go to this, where it's the same weekend, where it still has, custom race weekend. Now you see everything's custom race weekend, so that means every single weekend you're going to pick what you want to do, whether it be a sprint, a endurance, or whatever. So pretty much you're going to pick everything on that weekend. So basically you start it and see how it does the weather. So pretty much just everything's going to be, you can set it to whatever you want. As far as disabled, or enabled or disabled for your random weather, dynamic weather enabled, all these different things you can, wetness, how much standing water, or you can hit randomize, so it'll basically throw different things in here as far as the wetness and standing water. And then it's going to go to this whole custom weekend, just like we did in the basically just doing one race off. So basically, you're going to set this all the way down to how you want to do it. Now, again, it's going to do this for every single round that you do. It's not, so don't worry about doing this and it's going to be locked in. It won't be locked in. You'll be able to change this from one race to another. The only time it's locked in is after you start the weekend for that particular round. So again, practice length, you're going to go set it to whatever you want, and time, same thing here. You can either enable or disable practice 2, and then basically, and the starting time of it, qualifying length, and the same thing with that. Now remember how many qualifying sessions you have. So keep this in mind. You can do 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, what that means is if it's like a sprint weekend, if you're going to do a sprint weekend, then you got to do it one way. If you do a sprint, if it's endurance, you really need to do it another way. So again, let's say it's a sprint weekend. So that means there's 2 races. You're going to have 2 qualifying sessions. Okay, because you're going to have 1 and 2 you're going to have race 1 and then race 2 also. So let's say you do 20-minute race. And what you do to keep it different is start one at one time if you want to. You know, you can do whatever you want, but if you want to keep it different or keep things changing, you can do one like in the morning and then do another one. You first enable it, and then you can do the other one in the afternoon. And of course, you can also multiply the time. So again, you can, let's say you're 20 minutes. So let's, multiply it. So it goes over time a little bit faster. Pit window length. And race refueling is disabled. You can also enable it too, so you can do either one. So it's just all up to you. Tire sets, of course, are unlimited, or you can do 5, 6. So I guess here you can actually pick that if you want to from this menu. So you can go as many as you want or a certain amount. Starting position, qualify, and then go from there, and then it starts the race. So that's the only time it's locked in, is at that time. Now again, you can see, like, let's say I wanted to run this other Manti car to race with him because he's my teammate. So suppose like you're wanting to be, so he's there, so that's why I look at it. So I'm here, and the other team car is down there. So you can always do it that way. So again, that's how you, and of course you can also look in here and see what is in here. Now you got 34 cars this time. So that's probably because on the official there's only 20 something cars, and that's all they got. Because that's only they can put in, because that's all they have. But you still don't have 49. You only got 34. So again, this is a custom race, so they're probably putting in more cars. And of course I picked my own car, so that added a car also. So again, here we have with you got a lot more cars in here, because they're basically not in a sprint or in an endurance. It's just all the cars in there. Again, if anybody has any questions, please ask. I'll be glad to if you don't understand something, or if you're a particular question, just let me know, and I'll try to do my best to answer it. But again, there's so many different options that you can do with this stuff. It's crazy. I mean, to have different races, different, class cars, if you want to do a multi-class, different tracks. If you want to if you really want the official series, you can go that way. I mean, it's endless. There's so much stuff that you can make, just like this, like me, with this, having like a team car to one of the other teams, and just, basically using your imagination for that, and basically you got 2 Manti racing cars in there against all the other cars, all the other teams. So again, it's endless. So let's go and try something else. Okay, so basically now, if let's say we want to do an open series. Okay, you see it now, it opens up these other categories over here. Okay, you got the open car groups, and you got circuits. So now you're going to have to pick, if you do an open series, it's pretty much anything goes, pretty much. So let's say you do opponent car groups. So now this is when you're going to pick, let's say we want to do let's do a new one. Let's do the new gen, which is pretty much 19 and later. Or you can do all of them. So again, you can do GT3 car generation. You can have all the cars in there from all the generations, or you can just do the old, which is pretty much just the 1 year, 2018. Or let's do the other, because there's a lot more cars involved there. So let's do that. And then let's say we want to mix it up with like a 50-50. Well, you probably bring this slider down, somewhere around 50%. And then let's say you wanted to have one of these other categories involved in there. Like I think the one time I had GT4s in there. So you had it like 50-50. Then you could do your circuits and basically, available circuits. And how you do it is you move these around. So let's say you don't want this order like this. So you could just go next to that, select that up, and it's going to move Monza up. You can move these around how you want to put them. And that way, if there's a certain order that you would like, you can just go off of that. Hey, John, aren't you racing in the sprint? You should be running in the sprint race today, aren't you? Yeah, I don't do the sprints on Mondays because I never know when I can be here and I'm not going to be here, so. Well, I didn't know if anybody knew or not. Again, I had a question over somebody had some problems, but I really didn't understand their comments about single player. So I'm just kind of going over a lot of this stuff. So I'm sure a lot of these guys are probably, a lot of y'all are probably bored with this. So just, but I was just trying to go over a lot of this stuff to show what you can do. There's so many different things that you can do between car groups, between tracks, between series, there's lots of things. I mean, there is lots of things that if you just don't, and there's things that you can add to the to make it a lot more complicated. Like I said, make it the weather basically like real. Make it just do whatever it's going to do. Then you got to chase the weather. That throws a lot of different things into the race. Let's say, you want to have limited tires. That's going to throw a lot of different things into the race. There's so many things that you can put into to make it more challenging to you, and make it a lot, to have a lot more fun. Oh, you pulled out, John? Oh, well, it's going to be even worse now with this. I mean, that's another thing I was talking about. I mean, I was checking since this update, and yeah, the Porsche, from what I've seen, the McLaren lost 1 mile an hour at Spa. I lost 2. So I don't know how I lost. The Porsche needs more help at Spa. I don't know why they would take the BOP and cut it out. So I don't know. I don't really get it. But I mean, on the same setup that I had before. So I mean, it's tough. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be struggling. And that's in the GT3 championship race. But again, you can do all kinds of things here as far as, if you want to add coda, it puts it in here. If you want to take a track out, let's say, like Silverstone, I don't want that. I just hit the X, it takes that track out. So again, you can either move the track up and down, or you can hit the X, it takes it out. You can make anything you want as far as a championship, as far as the tracks that you like, that you want to be in there. Okay, because this is not an official thing. It's just a custom championship that you're doing. And that's it. And then you basically go here, and it's going to tell you to pick the car. So again, you got all kinds of selections. I mean, look I got the whole, I can pick anything I want. So again, you could pick anything from, I could pick one of my cars and race in it. Or you can pick, some other car. So again, you could pick, and again, I'll show this. If you want you to drive, if you want your personal character to drive, well, see, here is the official car here, but then this one is mine. So you got to know which one is which. But basically, like, if I wanted like my own team to drive, then I would pick something like this. That's more of the race livery. Or let's say, like this. Let's say I wanted to, you got Grillo here with the Porsche, and that's the official livery. But then I have the same one down here that's got from race department. It's a little different, but it's still Grillo. So then that would have my guys in it. It would have me in it, and two guys that I wanted to have as far as a team. So let's say I'd pick that. So see, there it goes. It goes right to the weekend. And again, it's going to go to this. It's going to go to your weather, to what weather you want on here. And again, you can pick any options how you want it: dynamic, random weather, enabled or disabled. Your grip level starting out, your wet, all this, or you can hit randomize, all kinds of different things that you can do here. Good night. Yeah, well, I'm about that too. I'm even more. Yeah, I'm almost a second. A little less. I'm probably about the same. About 8/10. I'm about 8/10 to a second at my best. You're not going to make up that kind of gap. There's just no way. Let's see. So again, you can do the same thing here. You basically do your practice length, starting time. You're going to do the same thing that you did before. Starting time for the practice 2. So I always try to do it. If I'm doing this, I try to do it when my race time would be, because that way at least you got a better chance of being close, even though the weather can be completely different. Okay, the weather can be completely different, but at least you keep it really close to the same times. Or you could do night driver. You could do some night racing and have it at night or whatever. And then of course the starting time, like I said, I usually keep it about the same. Let's say this was a 6-hour race. So let's say this was a custom weekend, and you're going to have 3 different qualifying sessions because they take the 3 out of the best. Or you can just do 1. I mean, so you can just do 1 or you can do 3. But basically, qualifying time, race length, let's say, see now it goes, because you can do an endurance race. So let's say we were going to do, I was going to do a 1-hour race, or an hour and a half race, but I'm going to multiply it by 2, or 3, or 4, or whatever. And then, of course, you have your driver stint limit, which usually like an hour. Of course, this has 10 minutes, so you can do whatever you want. I'll put 30 minutes, I guess, because it's only an hour and a half race, so I do 30 minutes. Of course, you got to have race refueling, so that's CC, that's enabled. Tire sets, you can have whatever you want, and then you just confirm it. So again, you want to go through that and make it what you want. No, it doesn't, because I don't think they have the team racing involved in there that I have seen. I've never seen that, so it really doesn't. But it's just kind of like, when you're out there racing, you got your teammate, you're just trying to want your teammate to do well too. So it's just kind of really it's an imaginary thing. It'd be nice if they could implement like a team thing. I think they might with manufacturers, as far as your manufacturers. That looks like that Nissan's livery's messed up. Both of them do. And so is the Lexus. See? It's all jacked up. They got cars within, I think what it is, they got a car within a car. That's what it is there's a car within a car. Let's see how many they got. Yeah, they got 50 cars in here. That's what it is. They got a car within a car. I was like, that thing looks messed up. But they probably are putting double cars in pit boxes. So that's what it is. But you can see we split it up. We got like what, from 27 down as GT4 cars, and up to 26 is all GT3 cars. That's the problem. They're double. That's what it is. You got double cars. You can see the difference now. Yeah, you got double cars in there. Yeah, I mean, there's again, like I said, you could pick some of the drivers that maybe you're still driving, obviously, but the drivers in your team, you can pick guys that you want to, you always like your favorite drivers and put them with you, and of course you can make them up to what you want as far as their suits and helmets and all those kinds of things. Again, you do that before you get into the championship, not after. So again, you basically, can make a different custom as far as their style of suit, their style of helmet, their style of gloves, their style, all those things. Different colors, what color combination you want between the car and the drivers, and that's each three of them. You do all three of them, which I didn't go over that because I'm sure you guys already know about all that stuff. Yeah, and I just think it would be. I think they haven't really spent much time because I know it's mainly online, and I agree with that. But it would be nice if they could do some stuff to revamp the single player. There's so many possibilities and so many things that you can do to make it more exciting and more fun. I would like to see like you could do like a team thing. But to be honest, I don't think they do it just because of the fact I'm not going to say for sure. I haven't done a single player in so long that I don't remember if they do a team championship thing or not. I know they just do, mainly just the driver. I thought they did manufacturers, but that again, I could be wrong there too. So again, if you don't want the weather that way and you want the weather the same every single time because you don't want to mess with that, that's fine too. I mean, you do it how you want to. You just, in that weather menu, you pick what you want, your parameters, and that's it. No rain, or this or that, or if you want rain all the time. I mean, you can do anything you want, but I'm just trying to put in extra ideas as far as making it more challenging and more rewarding to finish good. Because, if you have the AI maxed out and you have the weather just random in whatever conditions, you're going to have a green track, you're going to have a wet track, you're going to have so many different variable combinations that it makes it challenging. And of course, then you throw the tire thing in there with it, where you only have a limited amount of tires, so you got to make your tires. You got to be very strategic about your tire usage. There's a lot of different things. I mean, there's a lot of different stuff that you have to do to basically get by. So again, I think it's a really good idea. It really can make it challenging if you want to make it challenging, and if you don't, then you don't have to. So it's all in what you want to do, and you can custom make it to your own. And again, it'd be nice if they could add maybe a few things, like you say, but to make it even more popular. Yeah, and I mean, I'm pretty much, I'm just going over it because I know some guys, a guy was asking about it. I wish I could have got his question, answered his question, but I really wasn't sure what he was asking, to be honest. So my apologies for that. But again, there's so many different things that you can do. I recommend the championship over the career. I mean, the career is okay, but to me, it's a little on the lame side. It was okay in the beginning, I guess, but it's really not a replayable thing. I've tried to do it a couple times, but it's only the 2018 cars. That's it. And it's kind of neat in the beginning, the first time, but other than that, that's about it, because then, you've already done it, and it's, pretty much the same kind of thing, but it's only the 2018 cars, and there's no championship. You don't have any points involved. So you could be winning races. You get all you get is gold, silver, and you just get those gold, silver, bronze, whatever. But there's no points. Where the championship part, you get points. So your drivers are competing for a championship. So it's a lot to me. It's a lot better than the career part of it. Yeah, I mean, any suggestions would be, unless y'all and nobody cares. I mean, there's a lot of different championships I would like to do just to try them. One of them is the one I showed before with the 2018 cars, just because I like that Manti Racing. I thought that was kind of cool. And it's of course a totally different Porsche, 2018 Porsche. But of course there's other cars that are cool too. But you can do so many different things. Again, there's so many different combinations. Um, Again, it's you could with a custom, you could have the GT2 cars with now since they have that, you could have the GT2 cars and the GT3 cars. Or if you don't want that and you just want a lot of the same cars as you don't want to have to deal with it, then you just make it all GT3 cars. So, I mean, you could just do that. You got enough cars. You just got to like that. So you just have all GT3 cars and then you leave the circuits the same. And again, when you pick the car that you want, like I say, let's say I wanted to pick, oh, not that one. Let's say I wanted to pick, again, to pick the same one. You can do some night driving if you want, like practice. Of course, you can multiplier with the so the time goes by a little quicker. So like I did that before, which I haven't done it since the beginning of ACC, which I've thought about doing it again to see if I could do it. But one time, one of my first videos, not first videos, but the first year I was doing the channel, I did a 6-hour spa, and it was really cool because I did the 6-hour spa, but it was 24, so I had it going, set 4 times, so it basically did 24 hours in 6 hours, 6 real hours, and I drove the whole thing, and that was pretty wild because it was, you got the whole, went through the whole day and night thing, and then the next day, and that was pretty wild. That was pretty fun. And to be honest with you, it was okay, but the AI was that's, again, it was the first year, so there was a lot of issues with the AI and a lot of issues with just ACC in general. It's so much better now. It's not even the same game. So again, you can see they double put cars in to mix them out. But see, now we got all GT3 cars. So basically, we got 50 cars, and they're all GT3s. So we got, a ton of them in here. And you're going to have different classes of, the different classes. So let's say you just wanted that, and then that's it. You got, what, 3 Nissans right there. And of course, the temperature is about, of course, it's just set at what I have it at. So again, I didn't randomize it or really go through the weather, but oh yeah, you could go crazy with the, with that, well, let's say you wanted to do the spa first. Or you could do a, like I did with mine, it was do an open. So let's say you're at spa and you want to do one custom race weekend, right? Because that's what basically you're doing is that one thing. So you basically do 15 minutes, 8 enabled. Um, let's see. Practice 2, you could just disable that. Qualifying length, let's say 10 minutes. Starting time, let's say just like noon. And race length. See, now you can go, since the spa, you can go 20 all the way up to 24 hours. But I mean, let's say I did like 6 hours. First race 2 is disabled. And then I just included 4 times. So what it was doing basically is increasing that. You can go 12. So let's say you did 1 hour or 2 hours, right? Or 1 hour. That's 12 hours. You have to go 24. There you go. You have to do 24. What am I thinking? So then you get qualifying to be that. And of course, driver still limit. 20 minutes. Race refueling. You'll go up to the same opponents. Disabled. Now I'll show everybody what I was talking about with the Porsche. I'll pick the so let's start that. Oh, these are GT2 cars. Ah. I want GT2 cars. Oh, that's why I didn't pick the, I did not pick the, yeah, I forgot to go down here. Always forget to go at the bottom there. There we go. Okay. That's all. Everything's the same. They even have to put cars on this side. There's so many cars that they're on the other side. They're on the other side too. Yeah, you got 50 cars on here. Yeah, 1 hour spa. So let's go. The setup I was using. Which one was it? I think it was this one. Setup I was using. Just dialing it in, but it's pretty much the same setup I had, but it basically just trying to tweak it and make it a little bit better. And let's see what... Look at all these cars. Look at all them cars. I forgot to adjust my tires. It's a lot hotter here, so I'm probably going to readjust my tires. I forgot about that. But, you know, it gives you get a lot of cars on the track. You might take a little bit of a performance hit, but you can always adjust that in your graphics and things like that. Mine's not too bad. It's hit at about 10-15 frames, but a lot of cars going, so. And I pretty much got everything on Epic, so. Still probably smoother than it is online. I don't know how many little micro stutters I get online. So it'd probably be smooth. It's probably smoother that way anyway. Even with a single player, it's with all these cars. And you get out between the lag with everybody and everything, all the different with all internets and. Yeah, I really tried hard, worked on the setup for a while to try to adjust, compared to what the update is, and see how strong the McLarens are here in the AI. I missed it. See if I can catch up to these guys. My tires are down. Whoa! Man, he's slow through there. He is a Pro-Am, I think. Yeah, he's a Pro-Am, so probably an AM that's in the car. Not gonna catch the McLaren, that's for sure. I mean, on the straightaway. Fighting back. See if I get a decent lap. I can't even get a good lap. I mean, I'm going up there wide open, but Ah, dang it. That was a good lap, too. Dang. Can't even get a good run. You got more damage now. Let's see where my pits are. No, it's not over here, so must be on the other side. There's only 30 seconds left anyway. Yeah, I mean, I was about running those same times in the server, and E-Seniors was running lower, like 218 3s or 4s, so it's about all I could do. Okay, well, I'm down here. Okay. Move on to the next one. Done finish. Yeah, see, the top guy was running 218.4. That's about where I was. About the same. Bernie's down. But see, the McLarens aren't up there, so where's all the McLarens? That's what I don't understand, why the McLarens aren't dominating just like they are in the real world as far as innate and multiplayer. And, you know, online racing, they're just... You got all kinds of different... I wish it was that way in real life. You got all kinds of different cars up here. Yeah, he's number 1. Oh, Ferrari jumped in number 2. Then the Porsche. She's a Pro-Am. And the Lamborghini, Barwell. Heck, that's not even a Evo 2. That's the just the Evo. There's an Evo 2. Dude, I'm 16th. Should have been up there a lot higher if I would have got a good lap. All right. Yeah, see, I had the fastest third sector. These other sectors I kept getting all messed up. Definitely won't have the fastest first sector, not compared to a lot of these other cars. All right, so we got qualifying. Track temperatures have gone up a couple degrees later in the day. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I want to do.
Radio check.
There we go. Look at all these cars.
Your exit is clear. Watch the white line. Okay, Steve, we've got 9 minutes to set a lap.
Be nice if I could have a good lap. Either messing up, going out of bounds, or I got somebody in my way. Tires should be a little closer to the right temps this time. Close the brake ducts up one. And it's a little warmer.
right side, clear right.
Makes it challenging with all these cars out here.
Left side. Clear left. Hold position. Sector 3 time is quick. That's a new fastest lap for 2:19.04. Okay Steve, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. Sector 1 time is good. The guy in front has just done a 2:20.11. The guy ahead has just posted a 2:20.11. Fastest lap for Engelhardt, 2:18.92. New
Hang it.
fastest lap for Engelhardt, 2:18.92. Sector 2 is 0.42 off the pace. Fastest lap for Engelhardt, 2:18.92. New fastest lap for Engelhardt,
I know.
2:18.92. That's a new fastest lap for Engelhardt, 2:18.92. Yellow flag, stay sharp. Incident clear, green flag. Sector 3 time is fast.
Cars are still down.
Green flag in sector 3. That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Sector 2 is 0.44 off the pace. Yellow flag. Green flag. Sector 3 times okay.
See what the difference is on the straightaway here with this McLaren. Now, he's not holding it wide open through the Rouge.
Sector 3 is green.
Ah. Ran wide.
Yellow flag.
Go back to the pits. Tires are still down a little bit. They haven't updated it yet for you guys. I don't think the console's been updated with it yet. I think that's the difference, because it comes to PC first, and they get everything, all the bugs out of it, and then, or as much as they could, and then it goes to the console. Yeah, I just not gonna have it, and not near the pace I need. I need about I need at least a half a second to compete. Oh, look at it. They got pole from me. Set 2:17.95. Yeah, that's what I need to be running, which I was running before. Before the update, that's what I was running. I was running high 217s, 218.0s, and then with the Porsche, and now I've lost about 4/10. I'm trying to figure out, how do I get it back? How can I make it back? Yeah, even the Nissan is up
That's
there.
the end of the session. 6th place.
Yeah, right. I don't think. Yeah, as John said, I don't think they're running a one wing and zero TC. I don't think that the AI is doing that. That's unrealistic. Still had the fastest third sector by a good amount. I'm killing everybody in the third sector by. I mean, I'm the only one in the 36s. Everybody else is way down, but I'm not doing good. I'm not doing too bad in the first sector because they're not holding it flat through Rouge. They're lifting. I'm flat through Rouge. That's the only reason I got the advantage. If they were flat through Rouge, they'd be going right through there.
The track temp is 25. The air temp is 23 Celsius.
Okay, so
60 minutes.
a lot warmer now. We're starting middle of the day. Sixth place will be interesting. See, that's what makes it tough because then you got to figure out. Take a little bit out. Hour race, it should be about right. Right. Now we got it at 24 times, so it's going to go through the time really quick as far as the multiplier, the time multiplier. Can we get a good start or LFM start?
Green. On your right. Hold your line.
Whoa.
Hold your line. He's still there. 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 Clear right.
Yeah, car feels a little weird. I don't know what's going on. Feels a little loose. Yeah, we'll see how their time works as far as it's going to go, you know, back to night and back to day.
Incident Sector 3, yellow flag. We can see Chavez has gone off in the chicane. Sector 3 is clear, green flag. Car left. He's still there. Hold your line.
Look at him pulling back away.
Clear left. Car left. He's still there. Clear left.
Oh! Pop back. Tires look like they're warm enough. Guys are holding me up, but I can't get around.
Left side. Still there. Clear left. Gap to Costa ahead is now 18 seconds. Pay attention to track limits, please, Steve.
Can't see where you're at. defending.
Car right. Hold your line. Clear right. Car right. Right side. Car right.
Ah,
Still there. Right side's clear.
crazy. It's hard to get around.
The gap to Lind behind is increasing. It's now 2.5 seconds. On your right. Still there. Still there. Clear right. P5.
Behind Godzilla again.
Left side. He's still there. Hold your line. Clear left.
Woo! Oh, you cut in front of me.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 31 Celsius. The gap to Patrese behind is now 1.6 seconds.
Whoa!
Car right.
Dang
Clear
it.
right. We just had a warning for cutting the track.
Didn't need that. He was going to run into him.
Still there. Still there. To your right. Alright, Steve. Don't let this guy distract you. Track temperature is decreasing. It's now 29 Celsius.
Moving up a little bit. This is great. E4. Air temperature's falling. It's now 24 Celsius. The gap to Costa behind is now 1.2 seconds. Alright, Steve, you've got half your fuel left. The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 27 Celsius. Yep, going down. Nissan's on the hunt, going after them Lamborghinis.
The track temperature is decreasing. It's now 25 Celsius. Fastest lap for Jarvis, 2:18.87. Sector 2 is 0.49 off the pace. Yellow flag sector 3. We think Bowd has gone off in the chicane. On your left, green flag sector 3. Hold your line. He's still clear left. Track temperature's decreasing. It's now 23 Celsius.
Yeah, it's getting really cold.
Costa behind is now 2.2. Okay, Steve, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Air temp's falling. It's now 22 Celsius. Still there. Right side's clear.
Whoa! An Evo against an Evo 2. Dang, I'm in pits next time.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 21 Celsius. The gap to Barker in front is now 0.8. Air temperature's decreasing. It's now 20 Celsius. minutes of fuel remaining, 5 minutes. Leader, Barker, is pitting. What's your speed limit in the pits?
There you go.
Jarvis is now leading.
All right. Hope everybody enjoys the video. Hope any questions or anything I can answer after the race. Oh, I'm headed 78. He's right behind me.
Your exit looks clear. Stay behind the line.
Dark now. I love night racing. I don't do enough night racing. I love how it looks at nighttime.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 19 Celsius.
Man, I think I should have raised my pressures up even higher. See, that's what it really messes you up, is you got all these temperature changes. Got Nick Tandy in the car.
Air temp's falling. It's now 18 Celsius.
Totally different at nighttime.
Yellow flag in Sector 1. Sector 1 is clear. It looks like Chavez has gone off in Eau Rouge. You're in the lead.
I just hope enough pressure stays in the tires.
You've got cold front tyres. The gap to
Melee kid.
behind is increasing. It's now 3.5 seconds.
One of the best drives I've ever seen in my life was Nick Tandy. I guess that's why I really liked him, just because of how he handles the car. And I was at Petit Le Mans, I think it was 2014 or 15. And he was in the Porsche RSR, which at that time was really more like the 911. I mean, it really wasn't like, you know, it was, it looked like a GT3 car now, to be honest with you. So it was very, you know, very close to, a lot more closer than what the later generations RSR was. And it was the worst weekend ever for rain. I mean, it rained a whole weekend, and track was flooded in spots. And the prototypes were running Continentals, or the DPIs, whatever you want to call them. They were running Continentals, and the GT cars were all on Michelins. And, well, not the GT3 cars, but the GTE cars were on Michelins. And we were sitting there by the 10AB, which is down at the bottom of the hill at Road Atlanta, at Petit Le Mans, and I never seen somebody go through there so hard in the rain, miserable conditions in my life. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Fastest lap for John, 220.92. That's a new fastest lap for Matt Shields, 219.29. New fastest lap for Matt Shields, 219.29. Fastest lap for Matt Shields, 219.29. New fastest lap for Matt Shields, 219.29. The gap to behind is increasing. It's now 4.3 seconds.
He won the race overall, even beating the DPI cars. I mean, and the Porsche, that was very, you know, again, that wasn't like the last RSRs. I mean, it was, I mean, he was literally just on the limiter, screaming that thing the whole time, going through the rain. No fear at all. Just the damnedest thing I ever seen. DPIs were struggling, and because there's, you know, they had no grip. It was awesome. Even though the weather was absolutely the worst I've ever seen, every piece of clothing I ever had was soaking wet. We had to get pulled out of the camping site because it was so soggy. You know, we stayed there the whole weekend watching racing. The weather was absolutely horrendous, but Nick Tandy, just one of the best drives I've ever seen. Probably the last GT car to win overall. Could be ever. So.
You've just done a 219.82. Good lap. That's your best in the session. You're a second off the pace in sector 2.
Oh, the motor likes the colder weather.
That lap was at 2:18.38. We need to find a 10th in sector 2.
I missed my turning point, so I better just lift up a little bit on that one. I don't want to go out of bounds again. Staying pretty consistent.
Quickest at the moment. The lap time was at 2:18.56.
See if I gain anything in the cool. Yeah, I gained a little bit. I gained a couple mile an hour just because it's cold. Nissan's moved into second. Like I'm starting to catch the back of the field. And the lights on this Porsche, these new Porsches are bright for not just regular headlights. They are really bright.
Your front tyres are cold. Remaining, you've got 20 minutes left. Your fuel. Tyre temps are good.
Gonna be daylight.
There's a car exiting the pits, heads up. Sectors 1 and 3 are looking quick. Sector 2 is 0.27 off the pace. Okay Steve, that's good consistency, keep it up. gap to. Behind is now 15 seconds.
Gotta come in for another pit stop. Kind of see the mist in the air, the fog, or the clouds. Morning.
Air and track temperatures are increasing. Air temperature is now 19. Track temperature is now 19 Celsius. That's half distance. We estimate 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Alright Steve, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
Come in for the pits. See my stint timer up there is down to 4 minutes. I could do another lap, but
There's a car leaving the pits. Watch your speed. We should have plenty of space on the exit. When we leave the pits, we think we'll be in P19.
take the pressures back down. Just take some of that back out because it's getting hotter and hotter.
Abril behind is pitting. Elena is pitting from P13. We should come out close in front of you.
And I could probably make it on these tires, but what the heck. And see, all drivers got to run at least one stint, so that's why I say, yeah, you got to have that.
Oxford.
He's pitting from P18. We think he'll be close in front of you when he exits.
Patrick Pilet's going in.
Exit is clear. Don't cross the line.
Of course, you can imagine what it would be like if you had the weather, you know, a lot more random and things like that. The weather would be changing even more. Of course, if you had a longer race, you know, you might have to come in and change, you know, pit when you're not supposed to get wets or slicks, or you could do all kinds of things to make it a lot more difficult. Porsche drop back to 5th. That gives me some practice for this week's race coming up. I wish I could run these times. That's exactly where I'd like to be running. At least it'd be in the at least close. Not in the heat. When you get in the heat, it just kills this car. It just kills the Porsche. Tires are coming up. Ah! Should be just 2 more laps. Again, if you have any questions, please ask. Any questions about championship or setups or anything else? And that's it. Whew. Oh, nasty that thing is. It was a good race. Would have been nice if it was a little bit more competition, but really fun for a while, you know, especially in the beginning. I mean, it was tight because, you know, you're trying to get around people and you don't want to wreck, and it's tough because you just don't got to blow by people on the straightaway. So even if you get up next to them, then they pull back ahead of you. Audi finished second and third. Wow, see, that changed a lot. The guys that were leading, they're back. Lamborghinis, they're back down to 9 and 10. Nissan finished fourth. Well, that's pretty good. Well, something must have happened back to them guys. Engelhardt's next Porsche. He's 15th. Dynamic Porsche. All right, Audi second and third, and the same team too. Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully they'll come out with that championship, you know, update the consoles not too long. But again, you know, I hope y'all didn't mind it. Somebody figure something to do, something fun to do to try it out. Again, that was very basic, but you know, still, you know, 24-hour. But yeah, that was really basic because you could easily get into a lot more settings that make the race even more exciting as far as, you know, different weather conditions and all those kinds of things. So, and then of course, you know, the longer you have to drive, the more it's easier to mess up. So, I mean, like I said, the longest I ever did was 6 hours, but I had it multiplied so it'll be 24. But I mean, that was a long time. That was a lot of laps. And I can still see the AI is way better than it was then. And even though I'm way faster than I was then, I mean, way faster. And the AI is still a lot better than it was back then. I mean, the first year, but they still, you know, it would be nice if they could do some more improvements, you know, and have them fight it out more. And their aggressiveness is fine, but be aggressive in the right spots. Not so aggressive in other spots. But, I mean, you can see it at the start, and then about a third of the race is about right here. You see it's getting dark. Just before my first pit stop. I thought I turned my lights on. Sure. Oh, there they go. I just turned them on. Yep, that's where I went in the pits. But it didn't take long after that. It was black. It was just total darkness. So again, I still think they do a good job with that, with all the time change and all that kind of things. I think it does look really good. There's daylight again here. Getting to daylight. Coming in for my last pit stop. But I don't see any questions or anything, so I guess everything's all right. Again, I was just making sure there's nobody who had any questions about the championship or the career mode, which I still recommend the championship mode over the career mode by far. And there's so many things that they could do just to make it even more exciting. It'd be nice if they could, especially with the AI. Just make a little revamp and a little rework of them would be even better. But again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and again, any comments or suggestions would be great, and I hope you give me a like on the way out and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and we'll see you the next time.